равно буду это проходить. Я не буду себе там это ничего спойлерить. Я сейчас просто позалипаю, все равно ничего не пойму.
А, ну вот previously.
A shadow looms over Yagami and Koana. Japan's National Intelligence Agency, Public
Ебать
Security,
нахуй.
fixes its gaze on Reiko Kuzumoto of the Ministry of Health. 5 years ago, Koana prompted her to take revenge on Shinya Kawai for pushing her son to the brink. Secrets can only lie dormant so long, and upon their waking, chaos ensues.
Я тут задумался. Например, ребенок попадает в реанимацию, и его там искусственно поддерживают жизнь. Он растет за это время?
Думаю, да. Какие-то процессы, наверное, замедляются. Но в целом, да.
I figured Mitsuru Kusumoto would be in one of the better hospitals around the health ministry. That narrowed it down to just a few locations. Then I pinpointed the exact one through sheer determination.
And that led you to Toto University Hospital. So Mitsuru is still lying in a coma there?
Yep. Reiko Kusumoto has been visiting her son every night for the past 13 years, even after she became vice minister. If you gentlemen want to meet her in person, that would be your best chance.
But Yagami, you seriously think you can convince Reiko Kusumoto to turn herself in?
Well, I'm gonna try at least.
She's at the top of the food chain. If it comes out that she committed murder, the whole country's gonna lose it.
If they hadn't tried to hide it, nobody else would have needed to pay for it. Sawa-sensei.
Yeah. You're right.
And if she confesses to killing Kawai, public security will run out of reasons to keep defending our case. So in theory, that should free up the police to pursue some...
Totally agree with you there.
But Koana-san's against that, right? Didn't he say he wouldn't let her turn her...
Yeah. That's why he's not...
So, you're just gonna show up? You
just means we gotta be
prepared.
Got it.
See ya.
Got any old acquaintance?
I knew a few...
Thanks.
I'll be ready.
Yeah.
Why don't you hire...
I'll talk...
You should hear to Toto University Hospital and convince Reiko Kusumoto to turn herself in. Что-то здесь пиздили, здесь что-то стояло. Шкаф здесь стоял. Ебать, куда дели?
А все, а нету больше. Ну, это же этот трек, под который ты танцевал с девочкой. Сигаретный окурок, блядь. Что, он так повышенный спрос, что ли, сегодня?
Да, они в двух местах стоят. На этой улице.
Давайся.
What are you? Don't worry. I'll give it back to you after this. I'm sure it's bugged, and we wouldn't want anyone listening in now, would we?
We'll take a few laps around the block and then drop you back off at the hospital. Sorry, but we just need a bit of your time.
Very well. Who are you people?
We're just
Magic
local
people, voodoo
detectives,
people.
and Kitakata-sensei is an acquaintance of ours. We know about Mitsuru-kun, and we know that 5 years ago, a man named Shinya Kawai mysteriously disappeared and died.
I have no idea what you're saying.
But you do. I know how this must come across right now, so I assure you, we aren't the ones posing a threat.
Fine. What is it you want, then?
All I want is the truth. In your own words. About Shinya Kawai, and how you carried out his murder.
You're mistaken. I didn't do it.
Mistaken, так
The other
mistaken.
day you received a call from Kitakata-sensei, didn't you? He goes by the name Koana now, and works as a handyman in Ijincho. He made that call because we needed to confirm something.
Confirm what?
Whether or not you were being watched by public security.
Public security, you say?
As it turns out, you are. Your cell phone is bugged. It can even use GPS to trace who's on the other end of the line. That kind of trace is only possible with cooperation from the cellular providers. Unless you're public security, who could pull something like that off in secret. They want to hit you where you're vulnerable. And that's what you are now after Koana. Do you understand, Kusamoto-san? You must really be something special. You were never in this job for yourself. It fell into your lap as your predecessors fell like dominoes. That's why you don't owe anyone anything. You're free of constraints. And Mitsuru-kun's tragedy even gained you public sympathy on top of it. Combine all that with a capable bureaucrat like you, there's no telling what you could accomplish. You're cleaning up house, tackling the revolving door problems. Things you know are the right moves, but with no regard for the consequences. I understand even the cabinet gauges your opinion, since you have so much public support. But I think that's also made you some enemies. Most likely whoever's holding public security's leash.
I have more than a few enemies.
Пиздатые шторы, блядь, на сидушках.
And I have no doubt public security
клиент.
would comply with them.
Скатерть.
Или да, да.
To be quite frank, public security only exists
Be
to
quite frank,
maintain
что
the
это значит,
status
очень
quo.
интересно.
The
Чё погуглю?
establishment is made up of various
Типа
powers which
понятно,
control
что это типа,
politics
если
and
говорить
finance.
откровенно,
But naturally, each branch has its own agendas, goals, ideas of justice, which leads to all sorts of issues and hindrances, which you call constraints.
Ну да, если быть совсем откровенным. Прикольно сленгово, наверное, какое-то.
ну да, здесь вот очень много такого.
Are you implying it's public security's job to
Мне
loosen those
понравилось.
constraints?
This is a piece of cake for me.
There's more to
Это
it
типа,
than
ну,
that. The
как будто
world
это
we
будет
live
там
in requires
лучший вариант для
all
меня.
kinds of value systems to coexist,
Я понял,
even in
да.
chaos. But if you loosen the constraints too far, the fall of the state is inevitable. In that regard, public security's role is to stabilize and maintain the state, even while bound by constraints. In other words, the constraints of these powers are precisely what are protected by public security. So the fact that I am not caught up in all that does, indeed, make me something of a pesky foreign object.
A pesky foreign object. I see. So to these establishment people, you're something to be excised.
I guess there's bullying among adults in high places, too.
Yeah. Now we know why they were looking for any kind of weakness in you. And that's when they turned the spotlight on Shinya Kawai's disappearance. An event that was triggered by Akihiro Ihara's case. You know the one, I presume.
Yes.
An active duty policeman exacted revenge on the bully who drove his son to suicide. Your enemies must have heard that and thought to themselves, what would Reiko Kusamoto have done to her son's bully? I'm I'm guessing that's what prompted public security to make their move. As the details of Ahara's case came to light, a group of thugs calling themselves RK started looking for Shinya Kawai, all to find out that he was kidnapped 5 years ago, and probably killed.
I never did anything out of revenge.
Even after finding out Kawai disappeared, public security... But if they found out you were involved, that'd be a win for them. They'd finally know Reiko Kusamoto's...
How long are you going to keep talking?
As public security figured out, the bullying cases involving Toshiro Ihara and your son share a common... That link being Sawa-sensei. She was Mitsuru-kun's classmate and Toshiro Ihara's teacher. Not only that, she was also linked to Ihara's murder victim, Mikoshiba. She was his master teacher. So, not long after the murder, RK came to Ijincho and broke into her home. That must have been when they got Kawana's name out of her. I think Sawa-sensei suspected that Kawana was involved in Mikoshiba's murder. Then Soma steps in, with his professional interrogation skills, to beat and scare her into spilling everything. Kusamoto-san, you knew she was killed, right? Kawana should have told you over the phone.
Wait, are you not one of his colleagues? He said he wouldn't cause me any trouble, and that he would never call me again.
Kawana and I are competitors on a temporary ceasefire. We're not colleagues.
Так.
Как дела у сына,
Has
ёпт?
anybody from public security contacted you? Have you been approached by any strangers?
Угадал.
I
По
have my
музыке, да?
suspicions.
What are their names? I imagine what they wanted was to exploit your weakness to control you. Because if all they wanted was to eliminate you, some kind of accident would be easily arranged.
Yes. I suppose you're right.
Do you have any idea what these people are after? And do you mind sharing?
What they want is control of the pension fund, which is under the Health Ministry's jurisdiction.
Pension fund?
An independent agency within the ministry manages the National Pension Fund. It's taxpayer funded, and it's worth 160 trillion yen.
What?
And certain groups want to take bigger risks with that money in order to generate more profit. In other words, they want the health ministry to use taxpayer money to gamble. They believe that's the only way to rebuild Japan's faltering economy and secure the future of this country.
I mean, would it work?
Of course, if the gamble actually pays off. But if we lost the gamble, then we wouldn't be able to guarantee anything for the citizens of this country in their golden years. That's why the health ministry manages those funds conservatively.
Okay.
You do? Don't leave me in the dust, Yagami-san.
To be able to gamble all this taxpayer money to save the economy, they need a change of management. And here's Kusamoto-san, head of the office. And she's beyond the control of even them. Her position has the power to take action, to override the way the pension fund is managed. But not only does Kusamoto-san have the power, she has the support of the people. If a new vice minister were to try it, they'd be stopped cold by the constraints.
So that's why they wanted to find her weakness and exploit.
Exactly. And if the 160 trillion yen gamble were to fail, they could blame the whole thing on Kusamoto-san anyway.
Okay. But wow. 160 trillion.
I'm guessing they've already contacted you about it?
That's an assumption.
Ага, еще.
I have to ask you about Shinya Kawai. You killed him 5 years ago.
Опа.
With your own hands, didn't you? I understand what your feelings must be towards Kawai. But was that real?
If you've spoken to Kitakata-sensei, then you must know about the video.
I do.
Aside from Kawai, the other student, they put on their sad face, and I don't think they really wanted Mitsuru to wake up. In fact, I bowed my head and thanked them. It was only later that that's when I knew.
And your solution was to pull them into the quagmire?
If you already know so much, what more?
Бля, здесь и 3 надо, нихуя себе.
How's your son doing now?
Обычно один, да,
Any
тут?
minute now.
М.
Of course. That's been true for the last 13 years.
I see.
We at a turn.
Ну понятно.
I get it now.
Then please.
Anything you...
I do. He needs to run. Far away. If public security has their sights on him, his capture is not a question of if, but when. He's in danger if he remains in the country. And once public security has him, they will extract everything he knows.
You mean he'd be tortured?
Yes. Somewhere well beyond the public eye. No one can withstand what they do. He'd tell them everything.
Пиздец, история просто из буллинга в школе развилась.
They would expose your vulnerability, making you their pawn.
Most likely. They gamble away the taxpayers' money.
На самом деле, несмотря на то, что Зефон говорил, что сюжеты вообще разные, вот, типа, к концовке становится понятно, что они пиздецкие одинаковые. Из первой и второй части. Также из мелкой хуйни абсолютно такая же хуйня, да, глобально.
You want me to admit to manslaughter? You think I killed a real man? I say he was less than one. Shinya Kawai. He was little more than a subhuman brute. And you saw it. You saw what that brute did to my son.
Да, ну, типа ребенок в школе издевается над другим ребенком, он не заслуживает за смерть.
He was an incompetent teacher. An idiot who turned a blind eye to Mitsuru being tortured.
То, что тот, кого булят, выпрыгивает из окна, виноваты родители, блядь, того, кто выпрыгивает из окна. Ну, типа, основная вина. Они не скидывали его.
Типа ребенок сам виноват в этом, конечно.
You of all people should have known better.
True. You're right about that. I struggled with it quite a bit. It's an unconscionable.
Типа состав преступления. Те пидорасы в школе булили его. Это один состав, а это убило. Это совсем другой состав.
Ну да.
I went to Kamurocho where I'd heard Kawai was working at a girls' bar. So you know, after Mitsuru jumped that day, Kawai came to me in tears to apologize. I hadn't seen him in all that time. If he'd frozen in place when he saw me, if he'd been the slightest bit apologetic, I might have been able to stay my hand.
I take it he didn't do any of that.
Right. He didn't even recognize my face. And that's hardly the worst part of it, actually. When he saw me, he took me for some bawdy cougar on the prowl for young men. If you've got the cash, I'll show you a good time, he said. All those tears he'd shed years earlier were a farce. But I knew that. Deep down, I'd already known that. That was it. That was the moment I lost all doubt about killing him. And as for those other kids who bullied Mitsuru, they should thank me they didn't share his fate. But that's why I don't feel like I have any sins to atone for. Every night I pray he will wake up. What more can you ask me to endure?
Kawana said something similar. But you think you can repeat all that? This time say it to her.
Isn't that Sawa-san?
You and Kawana can congratulate yourselves. You got vengeance on a monster. But what you're choosing not to see is that your actions had consequences for her. It's vicious. I've seen this before. Justice for one at the cost of another. Someone innocent always pays the price. I won't just sit here and watch as history tries to repeat itself. This phone isn't being traced by anyone. So, if you have a change of heart, just give me a call before you turn yourself in.
Так типа public security это что? Она выйдет в интернет и все, и она опять в этом public
That's all I
security.
have to say.
Как я понял, что только на телефон ее распространяется, а он ей дал свой.
Нет, public security это система, которая типа следит за всем.
Я
Предотвращает
не
правонарушения. Типа система сбора данных. Вот. И типа, ну вот у нее телефон, допустим. Этот не прослушивается. Но она вот, чё, блядь. Но это не смартфон был давать.
Я понял, я думал, это какая-то типа организация, структура
Не,
организационная.
типа тут как раз есть пиздец в том, то, что
Glad
все
you're okay, Yagami-san?
записи стерты с убийства
Yeah.
это пизды.
I'm gonna go talk to
Училки.
Нихуя.
Need to tell him I met with
Именно
Reiko Kusamoto.
public security
He's
стерл.
gonna be pissed, you
И
know?
как бы public
He's
security
gonna try
таким
to rip you
образом
and me.
крышует РК.
That's true.
Потому что
Я
РК
понял.
своим беспределом сдерживает распространение якудзы.
You sure?
Пиздец, ебать.
'Cause I'll
Типа
totally
они
take you up
гопники,
on
с ними
that.
можно договариваться легко. Они сильно много вреда не причиняют, а якудза устраивали разборки кровопролитные все время. Плюс-минус вот такая логика. Ебать, здравствуйте, ну ладно, выставили прям сюда. Вот. Я понял. О, пидорасы. Ладно, похуй. Че, блядь, прикалываетесь? Мне как туда надо. Тукована. Или мне надо обходить?
Там точно да, было не
Кована!
пройти?
Ну вон, блядь.
Прикол.
Здорово, хуй. Драться-то, блядь. Блядь, с батонами там стоит. Нихуя себе. На нахуй.
Криштиано.
Си. Так, ну типа что, мы имеем слева есть.
На крыше где-то, что ли?
Ну, он ведет в этот переулок.
Может там лестница какая, хуй знает. Здорово, педики.
Ебать, ты босс какой-то. Классно прыгнул. Секунду, телек все выключится.
Домой.
Все тайминги заучил.
Хорош.
Ой.
What a waste.
Так, продолжаем, блядь, ебаться в уши. Блядь. Блядь, это же этот район корейцев. Я забыл совершенно из 7-й части, как здесь ходить. Там... Are you serious? Блядь. Сможешь зайти.
Шеби Вайер. Шеби Вайер.
Listen to devotion.
Well, look who we have here. Haven't Haven't seen your mug in a while.
It's only been
Братишка,
2 or
блядь.
3 days. Where's Koana?
How should I put this? Would you freak out if he was right behind you?
You know, this kind of shit is why you get on my nerves.
Couldn't we have done this by phone?
I just came from seeing Reiko Kusamoto. I told her to turn herself in for murdering Kawhi 5 years ago.
You what?
What did she have to say about that?
That she had no sins to atone for.
Of course not. Look, what do you think you're doing? Her part in this is done. Don't drag her back into it.
This isn't your...
Там на этом месте была перед этим сцена совершенно тупейшая, блядь. Этот Кван, ну, короче, его обвиняют в том, что, типа, из-за тебя, из-за твоих вот это, то, что ты всех убиваешь, типа, мстишь праведный, блядь, вот училка умерла, и, типа, ее уже не спасти, блядь, ее кровь на твоих руках, я тебя за это не прощу, типа. Он такой, и что мне теперь делать, блядь, если я сунусь, меня, типа, арестуют. Такой, не моя проблема, блядь, сам разгребай. Типа, я тебя никогда не прощу. Такой, да, тебе придется меня убить, Ягуми, такой, я тебя убью. И эти два сидят, Сагира и этот хуй, наш новый друг. Такие, давай отойдем, им надо подраться. Я такой, ебать. И стоят, смотрят.
Пиздец. Реально тупенько.
How do you think her folks feel? They probably think you killed their daughter. And they don't know why, or if justice will be served. Do they have to suffer like that? All without even knowing the truth? Would Sawa-sensei want that? You talk about justice, but she keeps getting left out. You aren't even trying when it comes to her.
Say whatever you want, but if you cause Kusamoto-san any more pain, I will never forgive you.
That's exactly why I didn't tell you I was going to meet her.
Listen, Yagami. She hides it well, but she's never gotten over the fact Mitsuru tried to jump to his death. And she's not sure how to feel about killing Kawhi.
If she was anything like you, I would have pushed her harder to confess.
There's no evidence that she killed Kawhi. He simply vanished from Kamurocho, and the police decides there's no case without... Even if she did turn herself in, the police wouldn't know it.
Don't think for a second that you're getting a pass here. You've killed, what, 7 people now? Do you even hesitate anymore?
You got proof? Running around making baseless accusations. You sure you were a real fucking lawyer?
My colleagues in Kamurocho are getting ready to appeal Ahara's case. Your actions are going to be put under a microscope.
I wouldn't even call that bad news. I want the world to know their bullies are getting what they're due. And by then, I'll probably be going by a different name, maybe even a different look.
You're just gonna keep doing this? Did Sawa-sensei sacrifice mean nothing to you?
Is that the only thing keeping you around?
Yes.
Truth be told, I don't think exposing everything is even in Sawa's best interest.
What?
Sawa-kun herself felt guilty. I just sent you the proof.
Блять, что сказать нельзя, вот это вот, блять.
An audio file?
After Ahara-san lost in court, she called me. I recorded our conversation.
Гилти в том, что она на суде не сказала, что его булили.
Toshiro-kun came running to the roof. His face was pretty swollen. And a few minutes later, a student named Mikoshiba came up looking for him. I'll never forget the fear I saw in Toshiro-kun's face. He told me about everything. The teasing, the beatings, the theft. How nobody was on his side. And yet, I had to deny all this in front of an entire courtroom. They said there was no hope.
Так не надо было
I was
врать.
the only witness with no proof whatsoever.
Она вину чувствует не за его смерть, за свою ложь.
Believe me, I never wanted to do that.
Sawa-kun's testimony in court was false, and she was racked with guilt over it.
Ну и что теперь ее
Your
убивать?
first thought was to record it? When she was at her most vulnerable?
Yes. And then I played it for Ihara-san. He had the right to know the real reason his son killed himself.
All you did was light the fires of vengeance in Ahara's heart because you didn't want to be alone.
You know, I've heard that bullying is almost instinctive. That's why people who do it never stop. I mean, think about it. Would you stop cleaning a toilet just because it'll get filthy again? Somebody's always got to get his hands dirty.
And that somebody's gonna be you?
If it means I can prevent another Mitsuru Kusamoto, yes, I will keep killing.
Маньяк оправдывает себя.
Да так все такой логикой можно оправдать.
Да.
Ну просто логика не опровергает логику Ягуны. Поэтому это тупо.
I understand what you're saying, but you're taking it too far. Just stop, Kawana.
If you really want to stop me,
Опять.
and call it justice.
Чё ж пизды дал несколько раз, блин. Дам еще раз, если надо.
I thought you guys were gonna start another fight. It was a bitch cleaning up the mess last time.
Next time I go up against him, it won't be just a few scratches.
Well, when that time comes, take it anywhere but here.
Так, пока ты бежишь туда, я сейчас подойду.
Really, guys? What could this mean? Good boy. Who's a good boy? There you are. Attaboy. And stay down.
Я тут. Ебать, сколько он уже дней в одной кожанке ходит и спит на диване там.
Hello?
It's Shirosaki. Are you in Yokohama?
Yeah. Is it
Yes. Regarding the appeal. The prosecution says they want to consult with...
off the record? What do you...
They want to discuss with the judge beforehand whether or not Ihara's murder... The video has gone viral, of course, and nobody's really sure how...
Is the prosecution really gonna hold the line on it being a...
That's quite possible, which is why we're meeting today in the courthouse conference room.
Of course. I'll be there.
Thank you very much.
И мы идем в суд.
Пу-пу-пу.
Ну ладно, не хочешь разговаривать, не надо.
Аниме свое смотрит, наверное.
Ну, в жопу ебется.
Типичный программист.
Подождите.
Но в печеночку-то как. Такой нерешительный.
Ой-ой-ой. Жирич полетел. Хуяк.
Антон Логвинов.
Нахуй ты на скейт залез, дядя. Блять, выходи, сука.
Courthouse. Ебать, колотить, как
So what
серьезно.
you're saying is, Yui Mamiya was not a victim of sexual battery, but rather she conspired with Akihiro Ehara to fake a murder alibi. We've already closed the book on that ordeal, yet now the defense wants to write a sequel?
Прокурор.
Пидорас.
To establish the defendant's motive in the harassment, we need to bring the Mikoshiba murder to light. The groping itself was staged. It was all part of their script, right down to the guilty verdict.
It sounds like the defendant has some strong hostility for the court.
Ihara got the court to accept his murder alibi by twisting the legal process to his own ends. It was easy to miss, because at the time, Mikoshiba's body hadn't been found yet. But we have to admit that we all got duped.
We? You're not even a lawyer. You're a detective.
Yagami-sensei still has a license to practice.
Forget what I said if it offended you, prosecutor.
My superiors always told me that in his youth, your Genda-sensei was a difficult man. He'd insist his clients were innocent, persisting even in the face of conviction. He was hostile to the prosecution, and was known to fraternize with Kamurocho Yakuza. But it was his sheer disrespect that made my boss hate him.
Damn. You sure know an awful lot about Genda-sensei.
Because I honestly can't say I like him. He treated me like a child when I was starting out.
I'll tell you this. There's no higher praise for the defense than being called difficult by the prosecution.
Now, if we can get back on track, can we confirm the defendant himself has agreed to the appeal?
Yes.
But if Ehara really committed the murder, why would he agree to his alibi being scrutinized?
Ihara's objective isn't to get away with murder.
Then what is he after?
Making a mockery of the legal system.
Then it'd be best not to pay him any attention.
And you'd be right. If your priority is saving face in front of the court rather than preserving fairness in the law.
You've got a real attitude.
Занято нахуй.
Ой, этот пидорас, блядь. Из паблик. Security.
I'm sorry.
Хылуш, тебя никто не звал.
This appeal, the defense wants to assert the defendant's innocence by establishing his guilt in a murder.
Wait, before we go on, who is this?
Вот именно.
He's from the Metropolitan Police. Considering Ehara was on the force, he has a vested interest here.
И чё, блядь? Это, блядь, это разговор с судьей и прокурором, блядь, уведите полицейского.
We need to send the right message to the public.
Can we have your name, please?
The name is Bando.
And your title?
Think of me as a kind of police coordinator.
Бля, да хуй с улицы, блядь, до свидания, нахуй.
Forget I'm even here. Please, continue.
Так выйди нахуй, мы забудем про тебя.
Ну, паблик, security координаты.
So much for this meeting being off the record.
Allow me to restate the prosecution's opinion to the judge. We cannot allow the murder footage to be used as new evidence in Akihiro Ehara's appeal. It's nothing but an online hoax of unknown origin. We can't just casually introduce that into court.
Indeed.
Furthermore, if Ehara bears such hostility towards the court, the footage might end up being a trap.
Trap?
Yes. What if the next viral video proves the original footage was doctored? What if the proceedings have already begun by then? Do we drop the appeal and call it a day? We cannot allow a man like Ehara to swing the court around by its nose at his whims. With that in mind, I believe Ehara's conviction should be upheld and enforced. Would the defense care to comment? Did you think any of this through before filing this appeal?
Yes. We aim to prove the defendant's innocence no matter what your objections may be.
And what about you?
Ehara has to atone for Mikoshiba's murder. I can't look the other way while it...
Jakob,
what?
We're only...
Oh,
What
right.
is this nonsense?
Ну, блядь, ошибся.
Ehara's guilty verdict was wrong. We don't think there was enough evidence at the first trial to result in that verdict.
There was fiber from the victim's underwear found on Ehara's hand.
That was a trick. It was set up with cooperation from the victim.
There is no evidence it was a trick. Are you saying Yui Mamiya
Показания эвиденса.
proof of that? Was there perhaps any security footage we didn't see?
No, the station erases
Ой,
the footage
victim.
from their cameras after a few days if there's no need to keep it.
Right. But if there's even a chance Ehara and Mamiya were a team, the underwear fiber proves nothing. What were the other deciding factors? Security footage? The smartphone videos we kept seeing on TV? Those don't prove the crime either, because there was a huge time gap in them.
What?
We've done enough legwork to know. Did you walk around the site with your own 2 feet, prosecutor?
Well, no. But I have been to Shinjuku Station plenty of times.
Then you must know they have a mountain of security cameras covering every angle. But if you went there to look
Ну шо, пидорас-координатор, рассказывай, где видосы.
Угу. Да нет, там слепая зона просто.
That's Ehara running, while Mamiya chases after him. It seems as though the whole chase is recorded, but this area in dotted lines is a blind spot no camera saw. That's the momentary gap in time where...
The victim was running right behind Ehara. She would have
Это, конечно,
noticed
блядь,
small places,
вне процесса все доказательства не сливал бы прокурор.
Я за это немножко не шарю, но, наверное,
We don't
да.
have to prove the defendant is innocent, Takara-san.
What?
All we have to prove is that the evidence provided by the prosecution at the trial was insufficient to determine guilt. Because that's the role of a defense. defense counsel.
Indeed it is.
If the prosecution can't debunk any and all possibility that the train groping was a put-up job, then it's innocent until proven guilty.
Then the defense should have brought it up the first time. Although I doubt Shirosaki-sensei actually believed in the defendant's innocence herself.
The guilty verdict at the trial was orchestrated by the defendant. It was our error not to have seen it at the time, but it would be another not to correct ourselves now.
Stop being so dramatic. He's just a subway perv.
That is a statement I cannot abide. The law can't give the impression that a false charge is permissible, even for a subway perv.
Right. I take that back. I misspoke.
Музыка, конечно, торжественная.
Пиздец.
Как будто это, блядь, третье место на Олимпиаде заняли.
If the court was misled by a hostile defendant, then only the court can correct it.
Thank you very much.
However, I too have seen Ihara-san's murder footage. I believe it would be difficult to introduce it as evidence in this trial. Therefore, I cannot allow it to be brought into the courtroom at this time.
Как насчет чистосердечного, блядь?
Как насчет того хуйла координатора? Что он здесь вообще забыл?
Пидорас, сидишь, блядь.
Think you got this covered?
Huh?
I'll poke my head in at the office later.
Very well, we'll be expecting...
Bando-san, was it? From public security?
I don't recall saying my department.
Do you know Reiko Kusamoto? The vice minister at the...
Of course.
Any particular reason she's under constant surveillance?
A rather bold question, isn't it?
It's just you and me here.
I see you know how to cut to the chase, Yagami-sensei.
Ihara's trial can't be that important to you. So I have to figure I'm the reason you showed up. You want to know where Kawana is, don't you? Were you finally forced to get off your ass because nobody else can get eyes on him?
Kawana, otherwise known as Yuki Takata, is wanted on suspicion of murder. If you know where he is, please do tell.
Wanted for murder? Huh. Because you know, I thought it was RK acting on your orders that killed Sawa-sensei. You think you can hide that fact forever? Even the cops in the field have their suspicions.
Do they? Well, the cubicle workers always resent the corner offices. Officers in the field complain about their superiors. I did the same thing back in my day.
Then why did you use thugs as your pawns instead of officers? Is that how Sawa-sensei got roped into this?
I'm afraid I'm not following.
You knew it was going to be a dirty job from the beginning. That's why you didn't use everybody on the force. Or maybe you just weren't able to find an underling you could fully trust.
That's a good one.
Public security's only tricks are surveillance and call tracing. You leave the dirty work to the thugs.
And that may be true, but it's enough to crush the likes of you.
I'm gonna ask just in case. Where is Soma now?
Hand over Kawana to me and there will be no more victims.
What?
Do you have a reason to protect him? I already know he's going around executing bullies. He's a disturbance to public order.
But he wasn't the one who killed Sawa-sensei.
I didn't come here to argue. I came to issue an ultimatum.
Пизды вали деда, блядь.
Такое ощущение, что только Ягуми волнуется об убийстве училки.
Ебать, что там человек исчез.
What should I do? Map.
Plan the next moves.
Так что, мне надо в офис бежать. А я давай по памяти добегу. Что, стоим?
Агаридато Сасамасай. Ебать, там движ. Зифон, наверное, играет.
Да, диджей Зифон, in the house.
И...
いらっしゃいませ。
Сасамасай.
О, запасы бутеров закончились.
Аригато гозаимашита.
Переездом.
Ага. Че, кстати, по скиллам? Оп, ебать.
Нихуясики.
Так. Не, ну можно хазбустом, но в целом. Здесь есть буст атак дэмэдж. Что в принципе надо. И есть XP еще где-то. Вот. Тоже 80. Забито.
Пу-пу-пу.
Больше опыта.
Не, ну опыт заебись всегда.
Ну, начинать надо с этого.
Ну да.
Anyway.
Вот тебе боксер вкачан, конечно.
Да мне надо где-то спортзал найти, не знаю где, чтобы открыть.
Snake Hidden Arts.
Или нажать вниз. Забуду. Я уже не хватает.
Получай велик.
Угу. Я пожрем.
Пожрем. Пельменная как раз.
いらっしゃいませ。
Beef bowl. Ебать, все выглядит охуительно.
Угу.
Starving. Now we're talking. Pretty tasty. Thanks.
ありがとうございます。
Шо, пацаны, кому люля-кебаб навешать? Ходи по одному.
Никому. Кстати. Тун-тун-тун. Помню, где он.
Вижу сердечко, не вижу препятствий.
Покурим перед этим делом. Для смелости, так сказать.
Ну что там, свиданка типа, да, какая-то?
Ага.
С училкой.
Нет, ты увидишь с кем.
Блять. Мне уже страшно. Окей, better get going.
Вот он.
Нихуя себе. О, это которая с головой говяжий.
Wanna hang out? I've got something for you. Ну тут, конечно, блядь. Выбирай любую бутылку, блядь, за все уплочено.
Ебать. Честно качал девку энергосами. 16-летняя девочка довольна.
Вот чат форбит. Never mind. Баттинг-центр. Дартс. Ну, дартс пойдем.
И еще топ-10 лучших свиданий.
Угу. Так, самая короткая на Лидже, да?
А я не знаю. Я
Вот
здесь первый раз.
301. Пизда тебе.
Выбей ее.
Let's go.
Let's go. Так, целимся. Джойстиком, блять. Сюда что надо?
Да.
Ебать, метки.
Нормально.
Nice.
Вынимай, подруга.
Yep.
Ха, бомжиха.
Ну какая-то, блядь, вообще неблагополучная, нихуя.
Ну да. Ты ебанутая. Очкошница.
Okay.
Трипл 9. О
Nice.
май. Нойс.
Yep.
Чё нойс? Так, что там теперь утроение 17?
51. 17?
Да.
Бля.
Но она все равно не закроет.
Угу. Ебать.
Иди учись дротить, подруга.
Вот и сейф, блядь. Nice one.
Так.
Типа начнем.
17. А вон, ты сверху написано, что надо. Ты закрыть.
Сингл 17.
Nice.
Дабл 16. Это с краю, да, дабл?
Да.
Ну такое, конечно. Можно 2 по 16 просто сделать.
А там, по-моему, обязательно надо типа удвоением или троением закрывать. Сосать шабота.
20 очков дали.
Че извиняется, блядь, за что нахуй? Пиздец, каблук.
Один for fun. Иди тренируйся, пизда. Бутылку верни.
Мне кажется, она эскортница.
Я просто аутистка какая-то.
Ну типа, что может девушка делать в отеле 24 часа в сутки?
Это какая-то кофейня.
Я подумал, это отель.
Полетели, блядь, из пизды в теле.
Да. Тихай. Серебряные тарелки уже в карман не возят.
Ебать, подстава. Меня ждали.
Здорово, петушара. Что, пацаны, проблемы? Ебать, стильно уложен был.
Угу.
Ебать. На по жопе, блядь. Пенальти пробит.
Так, а вы чё? Еще можно было зайти, я так понимаю, в офис. Но это
Ну да. На, паштет сделан из печеночки. Don't be so serious.
Все, никого нет больше.
Да.
Ну шо?
Yagami-san, was everything okay? That man, Bondo, I knew something was off about him. Is he one of
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He was trying to find out where
I
Kawano...
see. That reminds me. Hoshino-kun's...
Hoshino-kun.
Yeah.
He's back?
He's number 2
Yeah.
and... Well, I'm not sure if you're aware, Yagami-san, but RK owns some of the cabaret clubs in
Ну,
Kamurocho.
кабаре.
Manages them. If a girl makes a lot of sales, or if she becomes a rising star in the club,
А там сейчас этот...
apparently gives that girl a bonus.
Маджима. Как его там зовут? Гора Маджима, да.
Our clients come from all walks of life in Kamurocho.
So to sum it all up, a popular girl has a chance to meet Akutsu?
Yeah, but this week nobody was getting that chance. Until yesterday. Which is how I figured out Akutsu is back in Kamurocho. He must have been in Yokohama.
Oh, wow. That makes sense.
That's the part I don't know.
Где-то
Arcade
тебя
bosses
воняет.
never sleep in the same place twice. Gotta keep...
But despite the risk,
Он выглядит как такой, который сидит подпердывает.
popular
И от которого прямо таким дедом воняет и с водочкой.
Hey, I'm not even mad.
Ой, ебать.
I'm up for the challenge.
Ебать.
Опять переодевай меня.
Сейчас она будет соска-нерёлка.
It'd be an undercover mission to infiltrate our super risky. But damn if I don't want to see Saori-san transform one more time! I can't help it!
What the hell's gotten into you?
Are there any bars we know for sure?
There is. You remember Queen Rouge, the place Saori's RK?
Queen Rouge. What about the...
Yep, he's still there. Only thing is, it used to be a classy
Really?
spot. Hey, totally.
This is no time to be idiots.
Okay, well...
No need, I'll be... Just the other day, Mari-san and I...
With Mari? Well...
With all due...
Не, ну так-то если бы она одевалась нормально, она бы выглядела нормально.
Do I lift to make up to Saori-san or... Че, наденем ее?
Давай.
Сделаем, давай. Let's do some final touches. I'd live to you, Saori-san. Это то есть я иду с ней, да?
Не, типа он оставляет, и она сама одевается в предыдущее. Это, я так понимаю, отменить ее этот мейкап, самому сделать. А второе...
Seriously, Mari-san and I put in...
Yagami-san, quit it! You're making Saori-san...
This isn't a kid's game. It doesn't matter who does it, as long as it gets results.
Our makeup has produced results already.
Че, неправильно, типа?
Да,
Let's
да.
chance it up little more. Ну, типа, это то же самое, а это, типа...
Ну да.
Okay, I'll leave it to you.
Believe me, I'm not...
True.
All right.
Let's do this.
Ну ладно, я это нормально сделал, все увидишь.
Погнали, Шабалдина-Балкария.
Ну там вообще все и можно настроить. Вообще все абсолютно. А что, блин, дадут поиграть?
А, там еще за нее играть, да?
Угу.
Ебать. Достаем дрочила, господа. Девка из Final Fantasy какая-то появилась.
Там причем реально она страхолюдина, ты ее прям красишь, она все лучше и лучше становится.
You can thank Mari-san.
It's perfect. I'm really impressed.
Еще бы, блядь.
Fine. Well then, shall we head over to Queen Bruges?
Oh, while you were doing your makeup, I talked to the owner about you coming in. Like Hoshino-kun said, there's apparently a system in place where a girl with great sales potential gets the attention of Akutsu.
I understand. Basically, I just have to aim to be #1 at the bar, right?
How confident are you?
I can't make any guarantees, but I'll give it my all.
Then I'm with you all.
Очки сними хотя бы.
Нет, я надел их специально.
А.
Непроходимый столб. А что это не здесь? А, вот здесь.
Вон. Предлагаю в таком виде встать на центральную трассу и стоять и ждать.
Угу.
Да, в таком наряде только, знаешь, по таким подворотням ходить.
Угу.
Сигаретная жопа.
С максимум скорости ее. Можно зато вот так вот сделать. Сейчас выйдем на улицу.
Блять. Блять, это одновременно и кринжово, и прикольно. Когда завалили дело.
Ну, видишь, все это останавливаются.
Ха, бобас. Съебались. Девочка номер 1 идет.
By this place and
The owner remembered
the undercover cabaret girl.
Take the. It's a wireless earpiece. If you end up going somewhere with I'll be there in a flash if things go even.
Got it.
You bet.
Ah! Oh! Saori-san! It's you! Yeah. Looking at you takes me back to better days. You
Nice to see you again. Have you been well?
I'm fine. I'm fine! Last time you were here, we were a good place. But times of now, we're just a fast and cheap dive bar. With...
Yes, I...
Keep this on the down low, but, the former owner lost a bet in Mahjong. So we sold the bar. We're under arcade.
Нихуя здорово.
Over, we're just like every other CD place. We don't even make a profit. Unless we're shuffling people in and out. Which, of course, impacts the girls...
But I hear the girls with promise catch the eye of the arcade members.
So you already know about that. Yes, arcade treats people well who treat their bottom line. If they notice a special girl, they'll give her a bonus. Or maybe Akutsu-san just wants to drink with cute girl.
Where do girls usually meet up with Akutsu?
No particular location. Just depends on his mood. Ha-ha! But you have your eye on that bonus, I see. Well, if anyone could get it, it's you, Saori-san.
Can you hear me, Saori-san?
Yes.
So you got in okay. Just so you know, I think I'm gonna call
Support?
Yeah, so in case you meet Akutsu, we'll be ready to pounce on him.
Такое.
So, are you the new girl the manager brought in?
Шлюшки.
You're
Yeah.
kinda older than I thought you'd be.
I'm sorry. Nice to meet you.
Huh. What club were you at before this?
Oh, I'm usually an office worker, but I worked here once about 2 years ago.
What, so you just come back whenever you feel like it? Like some part-time gig? Really?
You treat this job like it's a cakewalk and expect us not to be—
Oh. So, I guess tonight I should sit back and watch the professionals show me how it's done?
Are you dissing us?
What? You can haze new girls, but if they give it back, you lose your cool?
Excuse me?
Now. You can't scowl like that when customers are here to have a good time.
You little...
Wow. I thought you were just another snob, but you've got barbed wire where it counts.
Megu! You're gonna let a new chick talk to us this way?
Old or new doesn't matter. If you've got the goods, I have no complaints.
I'm going to do my best, and I'll try not to weigh you two down.
Saori-san, Megu-san, Kuriko-san, we have customers!
Wow. Time for the new girl to show us what people...
Yeah.
Страшная пиздец, Кунико. Это богиня, блядь.
I'm sorry. Nice to meet you.
Ебать.
Come, sit here.
Пу-пу-пу, блядь, ситуация.
Beautiful. Oh, the best of the bunch. Man, I am loving this place.
So, how are you?
But, you know, I could make any prosecutor shake in his boots just by yelling, "Objection!"
Awesome, you killer lawyer, you.
Jeez, why is Genda-sensei getting all the attention? For your information, I passed the national bar exam with top marks.
Uh-huh. Oh, what's a bar exam?
Oh, you've got to be kidding. You ladies have really never heard of the bar exam? It's the toughest certification test in Japan.
I've heard of it.
Oh, so it's a certificate? Well, I passed kanji level 3 when I was in middle school.
That's not even comparable.
Kanji aptitude is a very fine certification.
Huh?
You passed your stupid bar exam how many years ago now? And you're still bragging about your scores? Seriously?
What?
Sorry, John. You can't talk that way to a customer.
Пиздануло лишнего получается.
No, she's right. It's a dumb thing, but the bar is there's so much studying to do day and night.
Oh my god, he's crying.
Так.
I can't believe you became such a high-powered lawyer. Almost nobody has the brains to do that.
Yeah? You think so? That really means something coming from you, Saori-san.
From me, specifically? Why is that?
The pain.
What is it? Oh, you want some champagne?
What?
One bottle of champagne, please, for this fine young man here.
No, wait.
Представляю, сколько там шампанского стоит.
Mr. Big Time
Ага.
So generous. Thank you.
Is it okay if I have some too? What a blessing to have such a great protege.
Sure.
So, which champagne do you want?
The best in the house, of course.
What?
Really?
Блядь, она засаживает его.
Wait, is one bottle really enough for the five of us?
Ну, нет.
Чисто набрасывает, блядь.
Let's make that 2 bottles of the premium
Надо очень
stuff.
мужиком становиться, блядь. Пацану.
Ну да.
Oh my
Тряпка.
Fine. It's fine.
All right. Now it's a party, ladies.
Really? Thank you!
Listen up, girls. This is a heck of a lot of fun. I'm having a great time. I tell you.
Me too, Genda-sensei. Especially this one. I wish I could come here every night. And stay till morning.
Oh, you two know just how to flatter us. So true. Hey, in case you come back, would you like to reserve a bottle in your name? You guys are lawyers, so I'm sure you can afford it.
Well, we're not a big firm. But you know what? Let's do it!
Nice one, boss! You're the best! Uh-oh. What's wrong, Saori-san? You're looking kinda gloomy.
Saori-kun, I was thinking, if you could be just a bit friendlier.
Do you guys already know Saori-san? You act like you're good friends.
They do seem...
Huh? I don't know. But would it be so rough?
Of course not, but this does happen to be our first meeting.
The first time? Is it really, though?
You're both teasing me so much. Poor Megu-san and Kuniko-san are giving me dirty looks.
Well, I mean, that's because...
Something does seem fishy.
Так. Поцеловать надо деда, я думаю.
Поехали.
Кушина кунс лэп. Что такое лэп?
Мышляшка. Ну, типа, да.
Кудл. Что такое кудл?
Приласкать.
А строук?
Не знаю.
Бля, я думаю, ну приласкать надо. Хотя строук. За тебя не хочу, блин, он заебал.
Да.
Я хочу с дедом. Да, это...
Oh, Genda-sensei. Look at what a bad girl I've been. And considering we've only just met?
No, you're a bad girl? Really?
Oh, yes, certainly. And what I need is some discipline.
Well, does that mean you need a spanking?
Что деда умерший друг воскреснет, блядь.
No spanking! Get away from her!
Oh, excuse me? Can we get that girl at this table too?
Yes. You mean Saori.
Oh, me too!
Wait a minute,
Не
what
знаю,
about us? Oh my.
под своим настоящим именем вообще отличная карьера юриста.
Да, да, да.
She sure showed us a...
Все хотят ее, потому что она деда обняла. Значит, ласковая.
Please. I just got...
You're a natural.
Детки, пора ёбел сломать.
Звучит как охуительная идея.
No, I couldn't have done it without Megu-san and Kuniko-san at my side.
It was pretty obvious who the MVP was this boss. Sing as
Леброн Джеймс был MVP этой ночи.
That she is. Who would have thought this could happen on her first day? Akutsu-san wants to meet you. Show his appreciation. There's already a taxi waiting outside.
Really? That is
Waiting outside.
This is real, huh? I hope I get one.
So, where exactly
Apparently it's a surprise. He doesn't just let that go, but I'm sure it's somewhere in Kamurocho. And don't worry, I'm told there'll be another cab to take you home.
I see. Well then, I'm looking forward.
Ну, поехали, блять. Краткая
саммари. Да, да, да. Типа, чтобы пройти квест, вам надо приласкать деда.
Driver, could you tell me where we're headed?
Oh, we're almost there, miss.
We're not leaving Kamurocho, are we?
No need to worry.
И там хуй на скейте катится за такси.
The underground club. That's where I met Soma for the first time.
Трюки еще делает.
Shut down. Maybe they opened it back up.
Да, кстати, могли погоню за такси сделать. Какие-то клоповники меня привез, блядь.
В Бутово.
Sorry, son, I presume. We've been expecting you. You are very beautiful. Akutsu-san will be
Бля,
happy.
we've been expecting you, ну, блядь, мне кажется, expecting вообще не к месту.
Ну да.
RK takes care of people who keep
Типа
the
это
cash.
ожидание
The fact
какие-то
you're here
эмоциональные.
means you have a talent for it.
Waiting for.
Waiting, да, я тоже об этом подумал.
Потому что все время так употребляют.
If you would follow me.
Certainly.
Где там Ягуми?
Here she is, Akutsu-san. Tonight's heroine, Saori-san from Queen Rouge.
And I see why. You're hotter than your reputation. Come here. Let me give you some motivation to keep at it.
И музыки даже нет.
I've heard so much about you.
Сейчас будут звуки пиздюлей здесь.
It's a pleasure to meet someone so famous.
Have a seat. I'm not gonna ask you to pour after a hard night's work.
Он хотел меня бензопилой убить, кстати.
А, нихуя.
Sake is not
Если бы Кайта меня не спас.
That's cool though, right? Gotta show my appreciation, don't I?
Oh, there's no need for...
Well, on to the moment of truth. Your bonus. 1 million yen. Quite a stack of cash for an office worker. Yeah.
It's a big pile of money for anyone.
Oh, even for lawyers?
Тун-тун-тун-тун.
Shirosaki-sensei?
Ситуация.
I'm not sure I follow.
This lady lawyer came poking around before, except she was trying to find out about Kawhi at the time.
You see, when it comes to Kamurocho, anybody suspicious gets reported to us fast. Most of the eyes working for me or Soma are spies in the booth. And now, we've got a law lady in the bag. So, what do you want with me? Who sent you here, huh?
Твоя мамка, блядь.
Well, this took a turn for the worse, didn't it?
You're only just noticing.
Я жду, когда Ягуми, блядь, с крыши упадет или из рояля выпрыгнет.
Не, это ж не Кайт.
Oh, I didn't mean
Ягуми через центральный
It just
войдет.
got worse. For you.
What the?
А, ну вот, собственно.
Man,
Салам
you
алейкум.
were harder to find than I thought, Akutsu.
Но он в том же месте, где мы предпоследний раз пиздили, блядь.
Hell of a sight.
Кирию, привет.
Shit ex-Tojo man thinks he's king of the hill now?
Don't make me laugh. You're the worthless pile of shit, Kashi. Props for having the spine to show up here without backup. And after you barely escaped with your life, Yagami.
Hold that thought, because this isn't the whole party.
Huh?
The only guy I really want to fuck up is
Ебать.
I guess. I'll have to say
Кайта выздоровел.
tonight.
Я вот только хотел спросить, а где он?
В больничке лежал.
Ну, я помню, да, я вот хотел спросить, как он там.
Couldn't just stay dead, huh?
Nice work, Saori-san. We'll take it from here, but did you ring the gong for us?
What?
Nothing kicks off a fight better than a beauty ring and a gong. Yeah. Give us something to get the mood going.
Okay. Well then. Gentlemen, do your worst!
Хули раскомандовал уже, блядь. Что плотно кинул напоследок. Этому, блядь, уже пизды дали раз 10, по-моему, за игру. В куртке этой своей.
Нихуя себе. Музло, конечно, наваливает. Мое почтение.
Да, блядь. Да.
Нихуя себе красиво.
Нихуя себе.
хули я... Ладно, я в этом стиле... Блять, я не буду в этом стиле драться, нахуй мне его дали. Я думаю, что за говно. Он не прокачан у меня вообще.
Нихуя себе.
Блять, у другого прыгнул.
Да.
Время есть бутера. Блин, какое ж музло. Нихуя себе, блядь.
Это вертолет.
Жирич, привет.
Сасаки. Не вставай.
Да, бля, я уклоняюсь, невозможно уклониться.
Там пацаны будут помогать твои?
Да, они в этой части все пассивные, пиздец. Уже пиздит в этом потихоньку.
Да. Нихуя.
Нормально комбо прошло.
Вообще.
Бля, не успел схватить.
Лицевые анимации прикольно проделаны.
Угу. Кстати.
Ебать.
Блять. Почти, сука. Что там? Вот это он много. Пиздец.
Гандон какой.
Не работает. Пиздец.
Да.
Так, ну саке будет видеть.
Я все забываю, что она дает.
Ману.
А.
Пацаны, подеремся все. Ты на этом объекте, когда я пьяный.
Ага. Охуенно.
Нормально он там стал. пацаны, ну блин.
Кайт, по-моему, сейчас снова в больничку отправится.
Да, бля, нихуя он меня схватил, мне пизда, походу.
Ебать, колотить. Очень грязная хуйня.
Да пиздец. Вы же ебанат.
Я в восторге, как твои типы помогают.
Угу. На нахуй,
Домой.
блядь. Чисто Mortal Kombat какой-то.
Да.
You can't run anymore, Akatsu. Can we talk now? Where's Soma? Where's he hiding?
I don't know. He moves around more than I do.
Really? Are you really just another one of his pawns? Just gonna cover for him and obey his every word?
Soma can tell when someone's lying. He's always been able to. I won't be able to get away with bullshitting him. Friend or foe, if he finds a traitor, he stomps the rat dead. He can sniff out the faintest scent of betrayal. That's why I've always told him the truth. No point trying to BS him. In this business, nothing beats the ability to detect liars.
You serious right now? You're buying into some bullshit rumors, dumbass.
You just don't fucking get it, man. He can practically see the future. He was the first to bail from the Tojo clan. And usually, you need a shit ton of money to leave a clan if you don't want to be killed. That's what it's like to be a Yakuza.
Huh. Remember who you're talking to, asshole.
But Soma, he somehow knew there was no future for the Tojo, so he jumped ship. With no money and not even a word to the bosses, just up and left.
There's no way he could get away with that.
I said the same thing to him when he was leaving. I warned him, they'll fucking erase you. The bastard just laughed. He said the clan was finished. No way could they kill him. Then he had the balls to give me advice. Said I should get out too and not worry about it.
What did he mean by that?
By that point, the Tojo clan didn't have the resources to properly deal with defectors. Soma understood that. And sure enough, he left without a word, and nobody ever tried to fuck with him.
It's true. Soma was the first guy to slip out. No doubt the dude knew what was up.
While the Tojo clan was limping to its grave, Soma went underground and built the arcade network all by himself.
And that's how you became his errand boy.
What do you expect? I can't control Soma. I'm just the public. I've been cool with that ever since.
At least Akatsu. Soma's
public security.
Why was Soma looking for Shinya Kawai and Kamurocho?
I don't know. All I heard was somebody hired him to do.
Why is he after Kawana? How are Soma and public security linked? Give me something. Doesn't it at least ring a bell?
I don't know, man. The fuck you mean ring a bell? I don't know shit.
Wait. Nah. But maybe.
What is it?
Doc, is it possible that Soma himself is public security?
Soma working in public security? What do you mean?
Well, public security trains people to become spies, so they can infiltrate and collect intel. Right wing, left wing, anti-establishment citizens groups. You get the picture. They usually try to find a weak spot in the org,
Someone they can turn to their side. So yeah, that's one way to do it. But sometimes a cop to infiltrate something like what you get is a Yakuza who knows everything about the...
You're saying Soma is actually...
You heard what this fool said. Soma figured out the Tojo clan didn't have a future. So he ditched them. You think some street punk's got that kind of force? He couldn't. Unless he had intel from the law. That'd be a different beat. He'd have to know the Tojo
Красиво.
Kamurocho like the back of his hand.
Including knowing that the Tojo clan would dissolve...
Yep. And then after he gets out, what does he do next? He makes a place for all the Yakuza coming out of the Tojo clan to find each other, where public security can easily... That's why RK is still coming to ex-Tojo clan Yakuza like me.
In other words, RK was founded by public security to manage all the...
Sure as hell sounds like their MO. No matter how many crime rings they bring down, another always pops up in its place. This way, public security doesn't have to start from scratch. They can just keep tabs on all the free agents.
But it's mind-blowing that they'd install their own leader.
Sure as hell sounds like collusion to me.
Soma? An undercover public security agent? Shit. We gotta move! Cut the fucking chit-chat!
Why?
He's gotta be fucking listening in on us right now! If he's public security and heard all that...
Пиздим в оба. Да, они с револьверами, ебать.
Мы чё, блядь, в 1910-м? На нахуй.
Мы чё, в Россию попали?
Пиздец.
Теперь придут копы без револьверов и скажут, что вы его убили.
Да.
Damn it. They found us.
Так вы вроде не особо скрывались-то.
Ой, все, на этой ноте я пойду спать.
Угу.
Спасибо за компанию, всем давай, спокойной ночи.
Да.